Your heart for take
Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you some mafia romance recommendations. So the first book that I recommend is Bound by Honor by Cora Riley. This I read a couple of months ago and I really enjoyed it. This is about Arya and Luca. This is a whole series, so I recommend that you read the whole series, but this is the first book of the series. I'm going to read the back to you so you can get a better understanding of what it's about. Born into one of the leading mob families in Chicago, Arya is a mafia princess known for her beauty. What many consider a gift means her doom when she's forced to marry Luca Vitiello. Sorry if I said that wrong. To bring peace between two mafia dynasties. Luca is the future capo of the New York Famiglia, a man known for his brutality and for crushing his cousin's throat with his bare hands. Arya is terrified of marrying a monster like him. He may be one of the most sought-after bachelors in New York thanks to his good looks, wealth, and predator-like charisma. But Arya knows the bad boy, Aurora, is just a game. Blood and death lurk beneath Luca's striking grey eyes and arrogant smile. In her world, a handsome exterior often hides the monster within, a monster who can just as easily kill as kiss you. Yet there's no escaping the arranged bond, much as a man like Luca, who'd follow her to the end of the world. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think I gave this 4.5 stars. And yeah. The next thing I recommend is Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley. This was the first mafia book I ever read, and then I started to go on a mafia rampage. So I think Cora Riley is the best author to go to if you want good mafia books altogether. This book is about Cassio and Julia. Now, Cassio needs a wife and a mother for his 2 children, and basically his first wife passed away, and he's obviously always out because he's always working, he's killing people basically. So he is looking for a wife and a mother for his 2 children. So he does that. He needs one, he goes and finds one. Now Julia is 18 years old, so she's rather young, and her father marries her off to Cassio. After they get married, Julia moves in with Cassio, obviously gets to know his children and tries to look after them as much as she possibly can. But yeah, it's all complicated, really confusing, but it's so fun to read. I really enjoyed it. This is probably the best mafia book I have ever read. I gave this 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I read it in 1.5 days. So yeah. The next thing I recommend is actually a series, and I recommend all the books, and that is the Sweetest, Oblivion, The Maddest Obsession, and The Darkest Temptation by Danielle Laurie. I recommend all of these because they are great mafia books. It's a great mafia series if you want more than one book. So I'm going to read the description for The Sweetest, Oblivion, and then the other 2 books I'll read after. Book description. She's a romantic at heart, living in the most unromantic of worlds. Nicknamed Sweet Abelly for her decloned nature, Elena smiles and cute and has a charming response for everything. She is the favoured daughter, the perfect mafia principessa, or was. Now all she can see is the mirror's reflection is blood staining her hands like grumps and pain. They say first impressions are everything. In the murky waters of New York's underworld, Elena's sister is arranged to marry Nicholas Russo, a made man, a boss, a cheat, even measured against mafia standards. His reputation stretched far and wide and is darker than his black suits and ties. After his and Elena's first encounter ends with an accidental glare on her part, she realizes he's just as rude as he is handsome. She doesn't like the man or anything he stands for, though that doesn't stop her heart from pattering like rain against glass when he's near, nor the shiver that goes down her spine at the sound of his voice. And he's always near, telling her what to do, making her feel hotter than any future brother-in-law should. Elena may be the sweet Bella on the outside, but she's beginning to learn she has a taste for the darkness, for rough hands, cigarettes, and whiskey-coloured eyes. Having already escaped one scandal, however, she can hardly afford to be swept up in another. Besides, even if he was hers, everyone knows you don't fall in love with a made man, right? So that sounds really good itself. Like, I think it's great. Not everyone agrees. Some people say that it's, okay, and then some people say it's amazing. So everyone has their own opinions. Me personally, I think it's great. Okay, the next book description I'm going to read is The Madison Obsession. She fears the dark, he rules it. Her dresses are too tight, her heels too tall. She laughs too loudly, eats without decorum, and mixes up most sayings in the book. Little do most know it's just a sparkly disguise there to hide one panic attack at a time. Nobody can crack Gianna's facade, no one anyway, until he comes along. Most see a paragon of mortality, a special agent upholding the law. In the New York underworld, others know him as a hustler, a killer, his nature as cold as the heart of ice in his chest. Christian Alistair has always followed the life plan he'd envisioned in his youth, beneath the harsh lights of a frigid damp cell. With a proclivity for order and the number 3, he's never been tempted to veer off course. But perhaps one should never say never. One winter night, and their lives intertwine, she hates him, his stone-cold demeanour, his arrogance and too perceptive eyes. But over the years, even as the games consist of insulting each other's looks and intelligence, she begins to live to play with him. Nobody in Christian's plans had he ever prepared for Gianna. She's chaos embodied, not his type, and married, but none of that can stop his eyes from following her wherever she goes. All along, she doesn't even know that she's his frustration, his fascination, his maddest obsession. So that sounds really interesting by the description. And yeah, I recommend this one as well as the whole series, but I think the second one personally was better. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still deciding after after a while from reading it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Okay, now I'm going to read the Darkest Temptations description. A fortune teller once told Mila she would find a man who would take her breath away. She's refrained from telling her it would be literally while Mila ran for her life. Having always done what is expected of her, Mila dresses the part, only dates college boys with exemplary backgrounds, and doesn't ask questions, not about her papa's absences or his refusal to let her set foot in her birthplace, Russia. Suffocated by the rules and unanswered questions, Mila does what she's always wanted to do. She boards a plane to Moscow. She's never expected to fall for a man on the way, one with unexplained wealth, tattoos on his hands and secrets in his eyes, but it doesn't take long for his caress to become a rough grasp. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Unfortunately, a Russian winter is the coldest of them all, and Mila soon learns the only way to escape intact is to do the impossible and thaw her captor's heart. So yeah, that's the series. It's about 3 different couples, different people, which is what I like in series, because you get like same kind of story but with different people. Yeah, that series is amazing. I really recommend you read it. The next book I recommend is The Italian by T.L. Swan. I'm going to read the description of this one as well because I just feel the descriptions describe it better than I ever would. So, they say there are 3 things you should do at least once in your life. Dance like nobody's watching, travel the world, and fall hopelessly in love. I aim to do all 3. I went to Italy to find myself, but he found me. It was like a storybook. Our eyes met across the crowded room. He asked me if I needed help reading the menu. We ate, we laughed, we danced, and I fell. Unfortunately, things didn't go to plan, and we parted ways. 2 years later, our eyes met across the room again. Only this time I was on a date with another man. He went crazy in a jealous fit, but the man I met then is different now. He's colder, harder, and officially one of the most powerful men in Italy. Dare I say even more enticing. But if you dance with the devil, you get burned, and the fires in Italy are scalding hot. Now this is a very long book. It's like 500 plus pages. But it's so amazing. You get so addicted to it that you read it so quickly. At least I did. Like, I got really stuck into it, and I was like stuck. I was just reading the book all day for like 2 days. Like all day, did nothing else, just read. And that was while I was in a reading slump. Like, that book got me out of the reading slump. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one, and I hope you decide to pick it up and enjoy it too. The next book I recommend is Twisted Loyalties by Cora Riley. This is a series, a very long series actually. It's got quite a lot of books in it. But I'm just recommending the first one at the moment because that's all I have read. And obviously I can't recommend the whole series if I haven't read the whole series. So yeah, I recommend the first one. I'm going to read the book description to you as well, so you can get a better understanding. Fabiano was raised to follow in his father's footsteps as consigliere of the Chicago outfit until the man abandons him. Left to fend for himself, Fabiano is forced to fight for a place in the mafia world. As a ruthless street fighter, he quickly earns his place as the new enforcer of the Las Vegas Camorra and Mafia. Leona wants to build a decent life for herself away from her drug-addicted mother, but soon she catches the attention of a dangerous man, Fabiano. Staying out of trouble and living a normal life are near impossible with a man like him. Leona knows she needs to avoid Fabiano, but men like him aren't easy to shake off. They always get what they want. Fabiano cares about only one thing, the Camorra, but his attraction for Leona soon puts his unwavering loyalty to the test. Is Leona worth risking everything he fought for and ultimately his life? So yeah, this is another book that I really enjoyed. Okay, that's all the books I have to recommend for now. I am planning on doing a part 2 to this, as well as I'm planning on doing a part 2 to my age gap recommendations, which I'll leave a link to. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.
When somebody like you's in the building, place on fire, I'm so lit. You're just it, you're all I want. Kicking back for a minute, when I can't keep my cool, come get it. Let's turn lights out, play fight now. Oh, oh. You went and took it to the floor, to the chairs upstairs, to the bed, baby, give me some more. You know my mind, stay by my side. I wanna ride, like ride or die. Love you for life, you turn me on. You turn me on.